Welcome, everyone, to the Red Pill Progressive Piranha. I am your host, James P. Madonna, as seen on the web, Megalife 21, since 1995. And I welcome everyone. And I am awaiting my illustrious co-host in text and in spirit, believe me. The one and only, the Commodore Jeff Zambello. I am awaiting Jeff Zambello. And it is about some very infuriating news that I heard on CNN while President Trump was speaking. And the people in his administration. And also there was a similarity between Donald Trump, what he had to say, and Mitch McConnell, the Senate Majority Speaker, Mitch McConnell, the ugly old turtle face. He had a very similar thing to say that Donald Trump was saying, and in a very cold manner, without empathy or compassion, they appeared to care much more about the economy, big business, Wall Street, the stock market, the profits of capitalism concerning the United States, and how Donald Trump looked in terms of his reputation, his political reputation. He was much more concerned about making money and his political reputation than he was about the pandemonium of coronavirus that is worldwide and, of course, nationwide, and that has turned New York State, particularly New York City, into a very serious disaster area. And he just showed no empathy whatsoever. And these are the people that always brag about their Christianity, and they're always saying, "We will pray for you." They don't say they're going to help you with necessities of life, which require money, funding, which require opening up the FEMA supplies. All right. They don't mention that. No. The only thing that these counterfeit Christians, these hypocrites, do is they'll say, "We have you in our prayers," which means we're going to sweep you under the carpet and allow you to perish, to drop dead. Because if you're part of the lower 98%, these fake, phony, hypocritical, counterfeit Christians really don't care about you. They really don't. They care if you're in the womb. If you're a fertilized human egg, or an embryo that breeds like a fish, or a fetus, they fight like hell for you. But once you are born, to them, you are a moocher. And I know I've said this before. Now, Jeff Zambello, I wonder what happened. Something is always going wrong. Something is always sabotaging my important shows. Let me, oh dear me. I hate when I have to abbreviate, or I hate when I have to sort of stop the show. What is going on now? What the fuck is going on now with the show? I don't know. I don't fucking know. Boy, oh boy. Well, do I have to stop the show? Do I have to stop the show? Oh, dear me. I hate it when professionalism leaves my show. Hello? Is anyone out there? Before I terminate this show? I already played the theme song, and I already kind of got into the topic of the show, which is visible on my YouTube channel and on StreamYard. Oh, there he is. All right, thank God. I had to stop the show because there was nobody here but me. Hold on, please. Hold on. Let me sign out of the other. Oh God, help me. I tell everyone that I'm live. I tell everyone that I'm live, but do people on social media ever listen to me? No. They just don't. They don't listen to me. Why don't fucking people listen to me? When I fucking tell people I'm live on YouTube, they keep on yapping on social media instead of going to the YouTube channel and listening to my fucking show. This is James P. Madonna from the Red Pill Progressive Piranha. I'm here with Jeff Zambello. Other people are talking to me on social media, and I'm telling them that I'm live. And they keep on fucking talking to me. Jeff Zambello says, I just bought a $200 Maserati to go to the store to buy milk and bread. Look at me. Look at me in my Ferrari. That's how yuppies are. That's how these rich yuppies are. And what about the fake, phony, fraud, hypocritical, counterfeit Christians that are in Washington running this country that are in the White House that don't give a damn about the pandemic, that don't give a damn if people are dying, that don't give a damn if FEMA is not shipping the necessary medical products to the medical staff that so desperately need medical masks and gowns and disposable gloves and ventilators for people that are literally on their deathbed, the elderly, people with underlying pre-existing conditions. They don't give a fuck. They're holding back on opening up the supplies from FEMA. And these are the same people that have once in a while, they'll have a Christian breakfast on a Sunday morning. They call it a Christian breakfast chat or whatever the hell they call it. In order to hold a Christmas breakfast chat for the nation, you have to first become a Christian. What does it take to be a Christian? Well, you should read the scripture. You should understand the scripture. You should live the scripture. You should set an example by the scripture. And you should help your fellow man. It's not, Christianity is not just by words alone. It's by actions. What actions have you done? What have you done, political leaders that claim to be Christian? What have you done for your fellow man? What are you people doing for your fellow man? Are you getting together and helping each other out? Are you self-centered, self-serving millennials getting together and doing charity work for the elderly and for the poor and people that might not have enough food in the house, that are quarantined, that are stuck at home? Oh, dear me. Jeff Zambello says, James, I just married a beautiful blonde wife who is now going to divorce me because I will not make my $300,000 salary as a greedy Wall Street paper pusher. Yeah, paper and pen and pencil pusher. I'm not, Jeff is not saying it's happening to him. He's talking about how spoiled, coddled, rich girlfriends and wives of yuppies threaten to leave them as soon as the gravy train stops. That's not real love. That's not unconditional love. That's not love at all. That's bullshit love. That's exploitation. That is glorified prostitution. You heard it right from the red pill progressive piranha. It's glorified prostitution. Any woman who dates, gets engaged to, or marries a man because of his income, his occupation, his job, is a whore. At least with a regular professional whore, you know exactly what you're getting in return. But not by a lying, fake, phony whore that pretends to be a nice girl from a nice, respectable family. Seven lucky bells for good luck. We're gonna need it. Oh, dear me. All right. Jack Zambello says, do you feel sorry for me because I will only make $50,000 instead of $300,000? So I can live in a Manhattan, New York City condominium for $6,000 a month? Oh yeah, the condominiums over here on River Road in Edgewater, overlooking Manhattan and the Hudson River, which are literally right across the street from the Hudson River. This particular nostalgic, huge building is across the street from the large Japanese market and shopping center, Mitsuya. And they want $6,000 a month rent. Could you picture counting out $6,000 a month for some greedy scumbag landlord? Could you picture counting that much money? That's $6,000, man. That's a lot more than a mortgage. Could you imagine what you could mortgage by just living maybe a half hour west or north or northwest of the Hudson River? How much bang for the buck you can get? You can live in a pretty huge house with lots of rooms. Why do I need to live in a $6,000 a month condominium? True. Why? Because it's waterfront property, because the crooked rip-off real estate industry is exploiting people because of the words waterfront property. They do it in Florida. Even if a townhouse, condominium, bungalow, or gated community or home is located on a man-made canal. That's all it is. It's man-made. They're calling it waterfront property. Even the stinking, smelly, polluted Passaic River of northern New Jersey, they're calling townhouses waterfront property, and you're watching garbage floating, maybe even a body floating by on the Passaic River. They're calling it waterfront property. Jeff Zambello says, my good friend and buddy, I am very serious in my question. Did Jesus, the Son of God, say in the New Testament that established men must make $300,000 to marry beautiful blonde women? Well, they could be hot-looking brunettes too, or redheads. Well, didn't they used to call that a dowry in the Old Testament? You had to pay a dowry to get married to a decent-looking girl in the community. Back in the days of the ancient Israelites and other countries, you had to pay either the woman's side of the family paid the dowry or the man. I don't know. I'm not a historian to that extent. But Jesus didn't mention anything about paying a dowry, because love should not be connected to material possessions. That's not real unconditional love. Ronnie S. Hey, Ronnie S. I'm drinking some homemade oat milk. Turned out to be a success. Got to have that survival milk when you can't get dairy milk. All right, Jeff Zambello says, James, why, oh why is President Trump more worried about a Wall Street paper pusher committing suicide than someone's grandparent who worked hard all their life? Because, I hate to say it, Donald Trump and Mitch McConnell today, are more concerned about big business, the economy, Wall Street, the stock market, the economics of capitalism than they care about the pandemic. And all greedy, money-obsessed individuals, they don't believe the pandemic is real. They believe it's big government trying to lock everybody down under martial law or something. You know, did you know I know this? this zealot, religious fanatic, actually believes that the lockdown is to establish 5 gig. I don't know if you know about 5 gig, but you know it's an internet technology system, and then 7 gig, eventually 7 gig. He believes that's the Antichrist. He believes that by locking everybody down and establishing 5 gig and then 7 gig, they will be able to control our minds through brainwaves and turn us into like automatons, into androids, into obedient robots, and control our brains by constantly sending us thoughts and commands through the air. He believes it's the Antichrist. You know, it's funny. The guy is personally a bona fide selfish asshole prick in real life, and he calls himself a real Christian. He's a big time Christian. Yeah. And he's going to get raptured. First, you have to be a Christian. You have to be a real Christian. You can't be scamming and mooching off other people and call yourself a Christian. All right. Ronnie S. has to say, move to Florida and you'll get away more. You'll get way more for your buck in a far nicer environment. Well, Ronnie S. is actually, Jeff Zambello's parents are in southeastern Florida, not far from Kent Thiessen, who's in Boca Raton, another lovely area. And I love Jupiter, by the way. That's Burt Reynolds' hometown. Jupiter was lovely. West Palm Beach. Palm Beach was a little too snooty for me. But the Florida Keys I love. Marathon Key, Big Pine Key, Long Key was nice. Anyway, I digress. Then there's Marco Island, which is near Naples, which is near Fort Myers, which is south of Sarasota. All lovely areas. But anyway, Jeff Zambello, Ronnie S. lives in the Clearwater, Florida area, which is a suburb of Tampa. He's on the Gulf Coast. A lovely area, may I say. A lovely area. There's nothing like a laid-back lifestyle to relax a person's nerves. I have a front porch to a cesspool right now. The worst part of the country concerning the coronavirus. Hudson River overlooking New York City. New Yorkers are very stubborn people. They don't really follow instructions. So there's a good chance they're not practicing social distancing. And I don't think the Italians are doing it either, or the Spanish, because Europeans tend to be kind of arrogant too. They don't take advice. Like former school teachers, hint, hint, wink, wink, nod, nod. Little sarcasm. What do we got here? Ronnie S. says, move to, my God, I'm a little behind. James, how many of President Trump's suicidal yuppies, yeah, suicidal my ass, yuppies in Maseratis wait for people to cross the street in Edgewater? Do not look at me while I shop at Whole Foods and ignore you. Oh, they try to run you over. You know, the pedestrian has the right of way, but when I cross the street and when others cross the street, their front end of their vehicles right up your ass like a suppository. They don't slow down because everyone is in a hurry. For what? They're in a hurry for what? Ronnie S. knows this. He's from New York. Why are you in a hurry? Not you, but you know, why are they in such a hurry? To make someone else rich or wealthier, perhaps? What have you got to gain to behave like you're living on borrowed time? What have you got to gain, people? This is what Ronnie S. was talking about concerning the laid-back lifestyle of where he lives now. What have you got to gain to be in such a hurry, you jabronis? Oh, my God. Jeff Zambello says, President Trump tonight mandated that America must go back to work in crowded subways, offices, airplanes, and buses in a few weeks, not months, so that Wall Street yuppies won't commit suicide. Hey, don't forget elevators in the skyscrapers. You know, they're pretty crowded too. There's a lot of coronavirus transmission can take place in an elevator. Aha. Aha. Hold on. My magical bell. Bells and whistles, like Ronnie S. says. Bells and whistles. Yeah, a crowded elevator. You want to spread a lot of corona? I don't mean passing corona beers out. You go in a crowded elevator and you'll spread corona. You damn tootin'. That's Southern talk. You damn tootin'. Now, don't forget, Ronnie S. Jeff Zambello used to be a very staunch and devoted conservative Republican voter, but he has seen the light. He's seen the light. I saw the light. I was in darkness. How does that song go in church? I saw the light. I saw the light. Praise the Lord. I saw the light. I don't know. I don't know the words to these songs. But the speech he heard tonight, I don't think he heard Mitch McConnell. The both of them said the same thing today. I swear. It was like they had no empathy or compassion for what's going on. I'm serious. Southeast Florida is big money. I'm on the Gulf Coast. You know, you're absolutely right. When I was in a resort in Palm Beach, Florida, it was right on the beach. At the time, I was dating a captain in the United States Air Force. She was a JAG. She was, her name was Captain Laura Atkinson. Captain Laura Atkinson. She was stationed in Oklahoma, and she paid for the whole thing. She wanted to meet me at this resort. Actually, I met her at the airport in, you know, it was the West Palm Beach Airport, if that's what it's called. She got off the plane in pajamas. Don't ask me why. A captain in the United States Air Force who is a lawyer, even before she joined the Air Force, why she was wearing pajamas on the plane. But anyway, she ended up being a wacko. But she was a devout Catholic too. But there's a story that goes with it. We rented a car. We went to Jupiter. We went to a beautiful outdoor garden, a Japanese garden. It was beautiful. It was a reenactment of an actual rural, not a city, not Tokyo, but a rural Japanese town, traditional Japanese homes, beautiful outdoor gardens. We did a lot of things. I don't regret the trip. But Palm Beach, let me tell you, Ronnie S., I did not enjoy myself because it was all families. It wasn't a couples resort. And they were all very snooty people. Very snooty people. And the price of everything in the area was like, my God. In the hotel, the price of an appetizer costs more than a dinner costs up here. The appetizer was more than the dinner. But there's another story connected to that, but I'll tell it later on. She was a devout Catholic, but she was a nymphomaniac. And then when she got drunk during twilight time in the pool, she took her top off. And I tried to cover her up because there were families around. There was kids watching from the balcony, walking back and forth. And I go, you can't do that here. What are you doing? This is not Club Med. This is not hedonism. You can't take your top off. She says, so what? It's only breasts. It's made of fatty tissue. I says, yeah, you tell that to the general manager of the resort and to the Palm Beach Police Department. I mean, the Palm Beach Sheriff. You tell it to them. It's only fatty tissue. They're breasts. So what? Mother Nature. I said, you want to sleep? You want to sleep in a rent-a-car with hot, humid July weather? We're going to end up in the rent-a-car. All right. That's just a little tidbit. James, Jeff Zambello says, why, oh, why does the Nordstrom building need to be so tall and put firefighters in danger? Look at me, love me, because I live on the 90th floor of the Nordstrom building. The Nordstrom Tower was supposed to be finished at the beginning of 2019. Well, in 2019, it was postponed. It's still being built. It's not finished yet. And the skyscraper next to the Nordstrom Tower is not finished yet either. It is a phallus symbol. It is an obelisk. I've watched documentaries about this. Think about this. You see here with the red pill progressive, what the fuck do I call myself? The red pill progressive piranha. We make people think for themselves. Take a look at all skyscrapers. Then take a look at the Washington Monument. Then take a look at the obelisks of ancient Egypt and the Sumerians before them. And the ancient civilizations going back to, let's say, Mesopotamia, Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar, all those people, Xerxes, the head of the Persian Empire, the Sumerians, one of my favorite, the ancient Sumerians with the Anunnaki, which were sky gods, which were probably extraterrestrials. They had obelisks. Notice the similarity of the obelisk, which represents Baal, capital B-A-A-L, Baal, the sun god. Notice how similar they all look to the Washington Monument, to the skyscrapers. They're all boing. They're all phallus symbols. They all represent Baal, the sun god. You can't fool James P. Madonna. And you hear that? You beer and booze review jabronis that think, you can do a show and say, this is my show. I'm the host. I'm the boss of my show. You're disturbing me because I'm listening to music. Well, hit the pause button. Let me tell you something. You can nothing passes the red pill progressive piranha. Nothing passes me by. Ronnie S. knows that. Jeff Zambello knows that. Everybody knows it. James. Oh, I already did that. I'm sorry. I already did that. Now it's time for Ronnie S. The great Ronnie S. will talk. I hope you're doing okay up there with the quarantining. New York and New Jersey are in bad shape. I'm surprised about New Jersey, Ronnie S. I'm not surprised about New York, but I am really shocked at New Jersey. Well, Jersey people, they basically have a independent, stubborn, asshole attitude. You remember the reality show Jersey Shore and how they behaved. It's no different. The same shit. Well, they're from Staten Island, actually. Snooki is from Westchester County, and the rest were Staten Island boys. So, but anyway, this is what I've been doing. All I have to say is thank the Lord. Let me go into my thank the Lord for the internet. Knock on wood. Cable TV. Ow, I hurt my knuckles. Netflix. My aquarium and the fish that recognize me, bless their hearts. I have a school of Chinese white cloud mountain minnows that are supposedly extinct in the wild. They're getting plump. They're doing great. They're ready to lay eggs, and they recognize me. And guess what? They're Chinese, but they don't have coronavirus. My exotic plants with my new cacti, my new giant golden barrel cactus, which I put on my Facebook profile. Just look up Mega Life 21, and I'll come up, and you'll see my beautiful cactus. It's huge. I wish I can say my schlong is huge. I wish I can say it's 12 inches and this thick, but I cannot say that. But my cactus is huge, and the needles are long and yellow, and they will stab you. But I found a way not to get stabbed by the cactus. I used 2 extra jumbo dollar store bags that I saved. They're the real big ones. You can put mini-me in it. I put 2 together. So my hand was above the needles, which are this long. Believe me, a cactus like that will hurt you. They will stab you in the worst way. But I'm trying my best. What I do, Ronnie S., is I go to the store to buy what I need, and then I come right back home. It's not easy, but thank God for technology, because I will lose my mind. No more nightclubs. No more buffets. No more hanging out with my buddies. Oh, dear me. It's horrible. Jeff Zambello says, James, in my lifetime, I never thought I would actually hear the words, you must work faster, you must work faster. So the yuppies on Wall Street will not commit suicide, greed, trumps compassion. That is very true, Jeff Zambello. Ronnie S. Jeff Zambello is a corporate controller. He has an MBA in accounting. You 2 gentlemen have something big in common. The both of these are accounting extraordinaires. I just want to let you gentlemen know this. You're both in the same business. Hey, Jeremy's here. Jeremy from the great state of Arkansas? Arkansas, right? Like Mr. Fudge. You know Mr. Fudge that makes his own beer? I think he's from Arkansas. I think so. I'm only drinking oat milk. Don't even say cheers to me. I have no booze in the house. Homemade oat milk. I have a teetotaler home right now. But welcome, Ronnie. Ronnie. Jeremy V is a musician. Very good one at that. Okay, now, cheers, Ronnie S. Cheers, Ronnie S. Cheers, Jeremy V. You see, I don't go around bragging. This is my show. I'm the boss. Blah, blah, blah. We're not going to go over 60 minutes because I said so. See, and I have no censorship. You can curse all you want on my show. I don't care. I don't give. Not only do I not give a fuck, I don't give a flying fuck, which is even bigger than a regular fuck. You're disturbing me while I'm listening to music. You know, there is something called the pause button. You know, or if somebody leaves you an audio message, you finish listening to your music, and then you later on when you're done, you're cracking me up. Later on when you're done, you go back to the audio messages. You can do column A or column B. You don't like act like people are disturbing you, like you're some sort of hermit or recluse. Hermits. That was a group from the 60s, right? You're disturbing me. You are disturbing me. I am listening to music. How dare you disturb me? Jeremy. Don't worry. Don't worry, Jeff Zambello. I have not forgotten about you. You are here, I hope. Ronnie S. says, I see you're using my name style now, Jeremy. Jeremy V says to Ronnie S. Well, I decided to take my last name off. He almost sounds like one of the cast of Jersey Shore, you know, like Johnny B or Ronnie V, you know, like that DJ stuff, you know, DJ names. But he says, might change my channel name even more, but wasn't it intentional? I mean, I could use all kinds of wacko names when I come online, but why, you know? I am what I am, like Papa used to say. I am what I am. Even though I'm not crazy about yams, I like sweet potatoes better. I really do. I think their flavor is much better. All good, JB. All good. Thanks for the kind words, James. You're very welcome, Jeremy B. Okay, thank you, sir. I came here for a 25-minute beer review. Well, it's kind of hard to... Well, actually, you have to go to Eric's channel for that. Yeah, Eric only does beer reviews. Eric is like Speed on the old show, The Odd Couple. Remember Oscar Madison's friend Speed, the guy with the gray hair and the glasses? He was obsessed with poker. As soon as Felix changed the subject of poker to something else, Felix Unger, Speed used to get really pissed off if anything derived from the poker game. So he's very, you know, when it comes to like Ronald J. Theriot, no, I take that back. Ronald J. Theriot is very well-rounded. I got to give him credit. He talks about different things, even though politically he's very rigid, and religion too. But yeah, but he will, Eric Frauenfelder will talk about heavy metal rock, very knowledgeable, but the rest is craft beer. Okay. All right. Ha ha. Ho 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 ho. Yeah, that Odd Couple show. Yeah, Speed was obsessed with poker. Okay. My illustrious co-host, Mr. Jeff Zambello, corporate controller, head accountant, master's in business administration, former lieutenant in the United States Army and paratrooper, and competitive drug-free athlete in swinging the mace and the kettlebell. Where, oh, where are you, Jeff Zambello? I have people that come on the show. You know, the more the merrier. But I don't forget anybody. Everyone gets their chance. Everyone gets their chance. And things are not set. What? It's 9:40. Oh, yikes. I'm missing WWE Raw Professional Wrestling. But at least I covered the topic of the show, which really was frustrating, that there was no compassion and empathy shown for, it really is that time? It's almost 10 p.m.? It's impossible. It can't be. It's 9:41 p.m.? Yeah, so no compassion or empathy shown for the pandemic, just about the economy. Yeah, I might as well skedaddle and go turn on WWE Raw and start my exercises and decide what I'm going to have for dinner, which is not going to be anything fancy. Jeremy V says, you've given us 30 uninterrupted minutes on your channel to speak our mind. There he is, Jeff Zambello. Well, I do my best. I just didn't realize that the time flew by so much. Jeff Zambello says, during tonight's COVID-19 press conference, every time a medical doctor spoke true facts, President Trump would interrupt the doctor by saying we must go back to work in a few weeks for Wall Street. But let me ask you a question, Jeff Zambello. Is Donald Trump, his sons, his child, his wife, and the lovely, luscious Ivanka, come sit on Daddy's lap, little Ivanka, and tell and whisper in Daddy's ear all your troubles. Okay? Are they safe? Are they in quarantine? Do they have the best of everything? But everyone else has to go back to work, right, Jeff Zambello? Sarcasm. All right, Ronnie's leaving. Take care, guys. Have a good night. Jeremy V. Take care, James and crew. Have a good night, Jeremy V. And not realizing it is Monday, but we did cover a lot, Jeff Zambello. This was a very sperm of the moment, as Archie Bunker would say, a sperm of the moment live stream talk show on YouTube. This has been the Red Pill Piranha. And the main topic was our so-called public servants that really do not feel our pain, nor do they care about us, nor are they real Christians. They are fake, phony, fraud, counterfeit Christians. Thank you very much, Jeremy. Jeremy V, enjoy it later. Enjoyed it later. So now I will end with the Jew's harp and the bosun's whistle. The Red Pill Progressive Piranha signing off. dribble, barnacle chowder. You have just left our progressive pirate ship. And to those that are against us and our foes, may you walk the plank. You will walk the plank. Bye-bye until next time on the Red Pill Progressive Piranha.